you know, that there's money for certain things, but for like niceties, like, you know, nice clothing, a car, things for the house, those are things that you have to save up for. Doing something nice for yourself like that is, you know, you feel guilty about it.
Women around the world understand that aging can be difficult, and often how they've aged does not reflect who they really are.
My name is Lisa Whitaker, and I came from Lanesville, Indiana.
Beauty is far more than skin deep, and often the desire for a makeover comes from the soul of the child within.
You know, money's hard to come by. You have to work hard for it. You have to work real hard for it. And if you work hard enough, you know, long enough, you're gonna attain wealth or, you know, whatever comfort. My dad and mom made a decision when they got married that my mom would be a stay-at-home mom so she could take care of us kids, which we were very blessed. That didn't offer the opportunity of a two-person income. Yeah, we were a one-car family for a long time. You know, that there's money for certain things, but for like niceties, like, you know, nice clothing, I guess, you know, a car or just things for the house, you have to save up for. And it's not like just like you can go out and buy something. So very frugal. That mentality is still there. Doing something nice for yourself like that is, you know, you feel guilty about it. We were a tight-knit family. We didn't have much. When they were married, they were, you know, struggling financially. They had me 2 years after they married, and then they had me, they had my sister, Michelle. I moved a lot when I was a kid. We moved a lot. Start to make friends, and then a couple of years later we'd move, we'd transfer. My dad was trying to improve, you know, financially. High school was a great experience. But then I went away to college, attending people, so that was going to be exciting, but I had no idea what I was supposed to do or what I wanted to do, really. And I was homesick, absolutely homesick. And again, with that scarcity mentality that I was living with, I felt I couldn't call home because it was going to cost money. Didn't have a car, and really didn't have friend circle, didn't have familiarity, didn't have really any goals. I was just kind of like lost, wondering, what am I doing here? Wanted to be in love, because that's what you do when you do things that you shouldn't be doing. And then became pregnant at 19. It was a blessing because it allowed me to leave the relationship, that it was a toxic relationship that I didn't need to be in, absolutely wasn't going to bring a child into. So he was my gift from heaven, my son, John. Well, from that point on, so thankful for my parents because they were uber supportive. And my dad was just like a father figure to him until I met my husband, Craig, who I'm happily married to now. I'm here just, well, because I've seen work that you guys have done, especially Christopher, and he's done an amazing job bringing out who I think they really are interiorly, and of course exteriorly. It's beautiful.
Did you know that Makeoverguy is the first and only company in the world that offers this type of free content? Though we love what we do need you to continue. Just one video like this takes weeks to create. We rely partially on advertising, but our value to the advertisers is based on your engagement, interaction in the comments section, and how long you watch the video. Cost of the makeover does not begin to cover expenses, but these women know that and are willing to bare body and soul to help us uplift, inspire, and inform millions like you around the world. So please interact, engage with each other. Help us by answering questions you read. If you'd like to say thank you or buy us a cup of coffee, lunch, or whatever you'd like to give, you can do that by clicking the contributions link in the description. And please write a note to let us know your thoughts.
I'm excited to be here, a little nervous, but excited. A lot's happened so far already, and I'm looking forward to what's to come next. And just for the process, I'm looking to feel fresh, lighthearted, and natural.
And now, let's do the big reveal.
I'm so happy to be here. I feel fresh, lighthearted, and natural. It was amazing. It was so amazing. It was wonderful to see the inside, kind of what I was hoping for and feeling and had been buried for a long time.
And why the length of the hair does work for you, especially when you can't always dress to flatter this area, like the neck, to make it slim. So the hair really does help. That's why you've kept it long, because you know that. Don't take it personally.
No,
okay,
I would rather somebody be straight up with me.
Because I'm just telling you the facts.
Totally, absolutely.
So when I look at you, what's unique about you that is not like everyone else are usually the biggest challenges, because there's not an article in a magazine about what do you do if you have a wider base here, but it's narrower here, but your head is flatter here, but it's high. So what you do have is that you have a low forehead that goes the head goes up like this, which is great.
Okay.
This is the desired thing.
Right.
Like, just look at someone and not look like me. Yours does this, and then it goes flat. As far as the actual body type, it's flatter and wider. You could mold all that and you'd still have the same measurements, but you'd probably want more of this or a little more of this or whatever. So that's what we're, oh, that dress looks good.
Oh, so
I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. I was like, oh, I'm so glad that worked, because it really does work fairly easily. You want a slenderizing line, that's why I like having length. A slightly angled line will be more slenderizing. So I'm just going to add a little less blunt line to the back. It's better to let your hair kind of air dry in 3 or 4 clips. Then you'll have that fullness that you can smooth out.
Okay.
But you're not taking flat hair
Right.
and trying to do something with it. It's natural, but it was as if 18 months ago you had spent the entire summer in a romantic Greek god, just swept you off your feet, and you left your own world for a while, like husbands and all that stuff, but it was just this romantic wonderful thing. You're in the sun, you're skinny, and you're tan, and you're young, and then you came back to reality, and it was 18 months ago, so it's all kind of grown out, but it was still there.
Gotcha. Nice.
It's just from the sun. It's just from the sun. I don't call it my hair.
Sun-kissed.
Yeah, it's my own private little memory.
And it's helped me see that the scarcity mentality I was holding on to doesn't serve me anymore. And to just reach down deep and to bring forth who you really are. It's the internal, and we won't allow that space.
So when people
a safe
vanity,
space.
I'm like, it's everything.
Right.
It's how we perceive ourselves.
Yeah.
The first thing people do when
It
they're
is.
starting to get their brain together and a coma or something is ask if there's a mirror. Do you have a mirror? They want to look better. When they're depressed, they don't care. But as soon as you're not, because they're a mirror. It's instinct.
Right.
That's what makes you attractive and evolved in part of the world.
That's right. And like it or not, I mean,
Yeah.
there's
That's
judging.
you can like it or
It's-
not, but that's just how it
Right,
works.
that's
Birds, bees, any insect,
Right.
they're going to avoid the white squirrel, they're going to go to the black whatever.
Right.
You know, whatever they do, it's just what we do.
It's true. It is. It's true.
What do you think?
I love it. Thank you.
Does that feel? Look how
Yeah.
your waist looks little and you're just sitting there.
Great. I'm like, who is that girl? Who is that? It's just been a beautiful experience, and I just wish that everyone would have the opportunity to come. So if anyone's thinking of coming or just kind of like, well, I'm wondering, absolutely. I would hands down hope that everyone would have the opportunity to do this.